I think we'll go ahead and get started. I'm sure there'll be a couple stragglers that come in late. But this is the Columbia Chamber Small Business Breakout combined with the Northeast Connection. Typically, we have two small business focused meetings throughout the month. One is held pretty much downtown Columbia, and then we have the Northeast Connection at R2I2 Village at Sandhills to reach out to businesses in the Northeast. If you haven't been to either of those events in person, as soon as we are allowed to have them, I encourage all of you to come and participate. It's a great way to connect with individuals, like-minded individuals in the area, and help grow your business or your brand. I want to kick it over to Audra and Henry if they have anything to say. Chamber update. I've seen a couple of things posted the past couple of weeks. I want to see if y'all wanted to update everybody.
Go ahead, Audra.
I was talking and I was muted. So, hey everyone, I'm so glad that you're here. As far as some chamber updates, I just keep an eye out for your email. We're still continuing with our webinars and Coffee with Carl. One of our biggest pieces of news is our Reopen Responsibly pledge. If you guys have not signed up on our website, to do this, I would highly encourage you. It will just say if you are open or about to open, that you'll open under the CDC guidelines and make sure that all your patrons are safe and people that come into your establishment feel welcomed and all that good stuff. We are working on a good delivery system to get these posters out for everybody that has signed up for the pledge. We're hoping to get those out within the next week. So if you haven't done so, I'll put the link to where you can sign up in the chat box for you guys. Another note is we will not have any webinars or meetings in July, or committee meetings in July. We are trying to still keep up with the same schedule as we were if we were doing in-person meetings. And as a lot of you guys know, we don't shut down in July as far as the chamber, but it's summer and people are vacationing, and so our attendance is usually a little bit lower. So just a heads up. So the next webinar for small business, or maybe will be in person in August, who knows yet, as all of our staff will be back full-time in August as well. So that's really exciting. So look out for any updates on that, but our next meeting will be in August. Henry, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, we're probably going to have more. Yeah, I do. Probably going to have some seminars, webinars, debates around the political season. It's been an interesting political season. It will get even more so. So there's a lot of things to discuss. And, you know, a lot of people ask, you know, why would the chamber be involved in that? We all know that who we would elect, no matter what side of political spectrum you're on, who you elect to political offices has a lot to do with the business climate in the area. So we're gonna, not quite sure exactly what we're gonna do up front yet, but stay tuned for that. Also, we have launched a new newsletter. It's called Impact Bulletin, and what that does is Susan McPherson in the office is local government and military, and I do state and federal government. And what we're doing is trying to give you a summary of what's going on, both in DC and locally. There are a lot of stuff going on at the State House, even though they're not in session. There are a lot of things going on that has an impact on the business climate here. The state had got $1.9 billion from the federal government. And we want to know what the state is going to do with that to help small businesses. We have not seen a detailed list of how they plan to spend that money to restart the economy. But we're there plugging for small businesses that they need to get a portion of that money. I just read where part of the money that was given to Greenville, the city of Greenville, from the cities also gets the money. Greenville gave $350 million to start a project to give small businesses a minimum of $5,000 and a maximum of $35,000 in Greenville to restart their businesses. So I'm just wondering what we're going to do here in Columbia. So stay tuned for that. Anything else, Audra?
That would be it. That's a lot of great news there. Jared, I'm going to pass it off to you so we can get this thing started.
Obviously, a lot of stuff going on. The Chamber is a great resource to keep you in the loop. To follow on Facebook, YouTube. I've seen they've been uploading all, hey Rose, how are you? They've been uploading all of their webinars to YouTube, so subscribe to the YouTube channel. And that's how the Chamber adds value is connecting you and informing you and keeping you engaged with the community and the business world, and also political climate, what's really going on. So use the Chamber as a resource. But today we wanted to, I think most of you could probably agree, the past 30, 60, 90 days, all of the talks have been COVID this, COVID that, how has COVID affected your business? And I think we all realize that COVID has affected everyone. It's affected the entire world. And obviously it's still pertinent, still very important, but we wanted to kind of get back to the basics today of networking and connecting people and trying to resume some type of normalcy. So what we're going to do today is we'll jump into a couple different breakout discussions to try and help you guys build relationships with the people that are in this breakout, to start discussion about some things. So our first breakout, you'll get a notification that says you're going to go into a breakout room. You have about 7 minutes, so we need to be quick. Introduce yourself to someone in the group, facilitate the discussion. Introduce yourself. Everyone introduce yourself. Give an elevator speech, your 30-second to a minute speech about what you do. We really want to help you define that. And then figure out within the group 3 things that you all have in common, but that you're located in Columbia, right? I would assume that majority of people live in the greater Columbia region. Besides where you live right now, find something else, 3 things that you have in common. And Audra, if you want to go ahead and send us into the breakout rooms. After the breakout rooms are over, you'll get a notification when you're on a minute. It'll kick us back here and we'll have a little bit of discussion. So I'll see you guys in a couple minutes.
Hi, everyone. I think that we are in a breakout room. Hold on, trying to see. I've never been assigned into a breakout room as the host, but how's everyone doing? You can't hear? Tyler, Heather?
Audra, can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Uh-oh. Heather, can you hear me? Tyler? I don't know.
Y'all carry on, I'll be back.
Okay. We're waiting for everyone else to join us.
Yay, you finally came through. Good morning.
Good morning. I don't know what happened. I think it was on your side. I was trying to fix it, but I couldn't.
It's probably me. I am technically challenged sometimes. It also kept wanting me to join Zoom again. I'm like, I don't remember. Morning, Martha. And everyone, and bada bing.
Hey, bada boom.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Good to see all these smiling faces.
I don't know what just happened.
We switched from one room to another.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
we're
back
back
into
in the
one.
main room now. We're in the big collective group, and Susan has sound, so she's excited.
Yeah. I know y'all like that being voiceless, but only for a few minutes.
Susan, I'll kick it to you at the end if you have any military affairs, any chamber updates that you want to give to us at the end, if that's cool with you.
Okay, that's great.
All right. So I hope you guys had the opportunity to meet some new people, to make some new connections, and just to find some common ground amongst each other. I encourage everyone, if you have some great conversation, to put it in the chat. You can also save the chat. So at the end of this, it would be awesome if we had some great dialogue to be able to reflect on and look back, and also be able to follow up on those connections that we've made. I'll start by sharing some that we had in our group. One thing that we had in common is we were all in customer service or customer facing roles, and we agreed that we all shared a similar mindset, one that is not just of churn and burn, try and meet as many people as you possibly can and convert them and then leave them behind, but to really nurture your clients, nurture your customers, and make sure that they're taken care of in building those relationships and maintaining those relationships. And I think that is something that is constantly overlooked. I myself, in it, as I work for a marketing agency, we often hear, how can we get new business, new customers? And one statistic, that it costs 5 times more to market to a new customer as it does to try and cross-sell or upsell an existing customers. So focus on those existing relationships you have, focus on those existing customers that you have, and how can you nurture them? How can you maximize them and help them ascend in your business to help you grow? If anybody else has anything they want to share or want to open the floor, we're going to do one more breakout session after this, but I would love to have some people drop some stuff in the chat. Or I see a couple things right now. Heather, if you want to make your announcement, feel free to go ahead. You're muted. Heather, you're muted. I see your mouth moving.
Well, a lot of people would prefer I stay muted, probably. So if you have heard of Jen Snyder, she's one of our local comedians. She was supposed to present or have a show over at Random Tap last weekend. And due to some situations there, they have temporarily closed down. We are hosting Jen out here at the cemetery. We have seating for about 50 people. And that is going to be on July 17th at 7 p.m. So we're going to have kind of like comedy in the round. And you'll see more information coming out about that. And definitely have the room for social distancing, BYO chair, BYO beverage, BYO snacks. So if y'all want to join us on that evening, we are really excited about it and look forward to a great evening. Thanks, Jared.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I'm really excited about events resuming safely, right? I want to get out there probably just as much, if not more than everybody else, but I'm also not trying to get sick. So I can't wait for things to go back to normal and not have to do anything crazy. Does anybody else have anything that they talked about that was great or interesting? Audrey, you were bouncing around. Did you hear any conversation in particular that you thought was quality or you wanted to spotlight?
Yeah, I bumped into Henry's group, and I believe, let me see if I can find Todd. He's with Sun Solutions, and he was talking about some really, really cool things there. If Henry, do you want to elaborate? I jumped in for a minute, so I didn't get the full. Or Todd, you want to share a little bit about what Sun Solutions does? Okay, go ahead, Henry.
No, Todd can.
Oh, Todd, I thought you said I can. I was like, okay,
No,
Henry,
go ahead,
Todd.
Hi, I'm Todd Cockrell with Sun Solutions. We're a full service printing company. If you want business cards all the way up to basically if you wanted to wrap a house in print, we could do that, or wrap a building. We have printers that, are 10 foot wide, for printing. We've got business card printers. We have a mail house, a full mail house. If your company does a lot of bulk mailing, we go around and pick up mail at the end of the evening from these companies, take it in and sort it by zip code for them, save 5 to 10 cents per envelope. When you're doing 100,000 envelopes, that's great savings. We have 3 facilities in West Columbia, Orangeburg, Augusta, and we've got a plant in Arkansas. And basically, if you need anything printed from that you can think of, we can do it.
Awesome.
And also in our chat group was David from Sand Hill. David had some interesting things. We started the Northeast Connection because we wanted to help that area grow. David, you want to share?
Yes. Good morning, everyone. I would be very happy to offer some space I have at the Village of Sand Hill. I have between 1,000 and 12,000 square feet on Town Center Place on both sides of Champs. I have finished a restaurant space, retail, office, medical, and I'd like to offer it for 99 cents all in per square foot. So if you know of anyone, I'd be grateful for referrals. I'd like to offer at least $1,500 for anyone that you brought to a space. And if there's any chamber members, I would do my best to work with you further. I've owned some property at the village for a while, and I was able to acquire this great space recently, and I'd like to, pass on savings to anyone that so that this can be a vibrant center. What I was mentioning, the fundamentals are there. You have, your big box, your Sam's Club, your Home Depot, your J.C. Penney, Belk, and right now all that you need are those little spaces. And for a long time they were bank owned and then owned by companies that just didn't want to necessarily deal at the right rates. But I'd love to offer something special so that I can fill them up and have great businesses thrive there.
Awesome. We appreciate that, David. That's one of the great things about the chamber is connecting people. So if David can find someone that can help him fill his space, or it could help you guys connect him with someone to fill his space. That's one of his goals. So we all have goals. It's good to define those goals when you're attending the different chamber meetings and different events, whether it's chamber or not. One of my personal goals by attending chamber events is to make new connections. And I go to a ton of events. All the chambers were very involved. Flash Omni Media in the Lexington Chamber, Columbia Chamber. We're also members of the Irmo Chamber. The business we're members of BNI. Our goal is to build relationships. And one thing that has been tough for me during the past 60, 90, 120 days, however long it's been now, is building those new relationships. If I go to events and I meet people and try to figure out how we might be able to add value to their business, or see if they can connect me to somebody else. And that's one thing I wanted to have an open discussion on, is how can the chamber help? One of the ways that I've kind of pivoted to try and utilize the chamber is these different webinars and meetings that we'll attend. I'll hover my mouse so everyone's name will pop up, take a screenshot, post it on LinkedIn, and then tag you in the screenshot on LinkedIn, which majority of you will probably see later today. So be looking out for a LinkedIn connection. But that's a way that the chamber has added value to me still throughout the pandemic, is giving me the opportunity to have FaceTime with people, even though it's not face-to-face, it's through a screen. But we want to know how can we still add value, because there's life is still going on. Life is still going to go on. Business is going to go on. So how can we help you keep going and build momentum and grow? So that is going to bring me to our second breakout session. We're going to talk individually. We want to talk success stories, and we want to talk how can we help. So how can the chamber help? How how has the chamber helped, and then we'll come back and have an open discussion at the end on how you can utilize the chamber or maximize your chamber partnership. So Audra, if you want to kick us over into the second breakout room.
Yep, starting them now. All right. Have fun. Let's see.
We got here first.
Yeah, I know, right? They must be having some good discussion. I don't know if it could be better than ours, though. I felt like that was pretty top notch. That was pretty quality. You know,
Yeah.
a couple connections there. That's what we aim to do. Mission accomplished.
Julie, my in-laws lived at Wildwood Downs for probably 8 years. And it is, we just sing the praises of Wildwood Downs all the time.
Who were they?
Mike and Jerry Jones. He passed away in 2011, so it's been a while since we've been out there, but they had an independent apartment. She got sick and then passed away, and then about 5 or 6 years later, he passed away, but he was 97 and had girlfriends. I had to go buy Valentine's cards for all his girlfriends.
I do remember. I've been here 14 years, so.
Yeah. Mike Jones. His name was Mike Jones.
Yes.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys had just as good a conversation as we did in my breakout room, because ours was pretty good. I want to kick it to y'all before we had some good connections made, some good conversations. So I wanted to kick it out to the rest of the group. If anybody else would like to share kind of how the chamber has helped you, or how the chamber can help you, what maybe something that you're looking for, or how can you get involved, or what can you do. So if anybody has any testimonials or questions or anything, I'll open it up. JP Riley?
Chambers helped me kind of just build my connection network. I took over the Spectrum small business sales area about a year ago. And it's definitely expanded my network, because I live in Lexington, but like you, Jared, I'm part of 5 to 6 of these groups. During this time, it's been harder to get to each. I like what the Columbia Chamber has done to really make sure that we all stay connected. Another part too, I just put in the chat, if anybody's a small business or knows a small business owner, we are currently running a free install and free first month of service for all new clients to Spectrum. If you know anybody, please reach out. I'd love to talk to more people. Or if you think that we're looking for the same type of relationships, please reach out. I'd love to connect with everybody a little bit more. And I appreciate the quick time there, Jerry.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
Audrey,
Yes,
let
sir.
me
We
on Hot
appreciate you.
Deals.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, hot deals. I've heard a couple
Hot
offers,
deals.
a couple offers, whether it's referrals or whether it's a special that you have going on. The chamber hot deals within the chamber portal is a great way to get that message out to everyone. So if you have a special that you're running right now, or your business is running, or some type of offer that you want to offer exclusively to chamber partners, you put that in the chamber portal. It goes out in the hot deals. It's shared on Facebook. It's shared on Twitter. It's shared on Instagram. Audra, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to nail all of them. The hot deals is a great way to advertise your business and some of the specials and things that you have going on. We have one that's for website consultation, website design. So if you have one for your business, I would highly recommend you put it there. That's just a great way to get the word out.
Yes. And if you don't have a partner portal login, or you don't even know what that is, probably send me an email. I'll get you all set up. So we can either reset your password or get you set up so you can start posting in it. There's more to it than just hot deals. You can have an updated partner directory listed by categories. So communications, marketing, attorneys, etc. If there's a specific target market you're trying to reach out to, it's a great conversation starter, you know, saying, hey, I'm a fellow chamber partner. Just wanted to reach out to you. I think that this offer might be a really good good thing for you. I'd love to talk to you. So there's a lot more to it than that. Reach out to me, send me an email. I'll put my contact information below in the chat. So if you don't have it, I recommend logging in. Yeah.
Very good.
And we had a couple of connections. So our goal with these breakouts and with different chamber events is to connect people. So we had a couple of connections made within our group. I'd like to, Heather and Julie, if you guys want to, however you want to go about sharing that, go ahead.
Thank you, Jared. As Julie had shared in our group, that Wildwood Downs has been out for a little bit of the chamber, and she's coming back on board. And it was a great opportunity for us to just kind of figure out how in the world can we assist each other and work with each other. And so while we were chit-chatting, it was like, hey, I got Thursday or Friday free. Let's go ahead and set up some time, socially distancing, and make something happen. And that's what we have to do. We still have to be in charge, even though COVID may have run its, wiped us all out, or it just exhausted us from all the Zoom meetings and whatnot. It's still imperative that we do get together in some fashion or another to continue business, because businesses are still happening, still going on. And we were able to make that connection very quickly in the breakout room. And that's one of the nice things about being with the chamber and doing these little small groups. It helps us get to know each other even quicker. And I do appreciate that.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's the goal there, is just to try and connect the dots however we can. Dave, so for those of you that are unaware, Miss Martha Jones, she works for Richland 2 Innovation, or Richland 2 School District 2. Dave, if you want to kind of share how you leverage chamber partnerships and what you were able to connect.
Well, I think, you know, what we were talking about in the Breakout group and the Breakout group is, I think the biggest strength is the ability to bring the people together through networking. And, you know, a lot of us in the businesses we own or we're part of or whatever, you know, that's a primary trait of getting customers and actually retaining customers is building relationships. And I think that's the strongest suit of what the chamber brings to us, is getting us together, you know, starting those relationships, continuing to build on them, and things like that.
And
Definitely.
Dave has done, he owns Apple Spice Catering, and has done some boxed lunches for us for some of our meetings. And what happens in the school district, we work really hard at trying to share information, to make sure that you have exposure. And I shared the story that a company that has done some things for us on a continual basis over a couple of years. Their business has increased 37%, but there hasn't been a sales pitch made yet, but it's because they are supporting what we're doing. And so, you know, we want to work with everybody to do that. But anyway, Dave's stuff is great.
Thank you.
Very good.
Yes.
And I want to encourage everyone. You know, I feel like sometimes when we get in this environment, this setting, it's you don't want to, especially me, you don't want to sell someone. I'm not here to sell anyone, but we need to be able to talk about our business and be able to relay a consistent message so people can understand what we do. So don't be afraid to talk about your business and talk about what you do. We obviously don't want to dominate the conversation and try and sell anyone. That's not what this platform is for today. It's for connecting. But work on your elevator speech. Work on talking about your business and being able to explain it to people how they understand. Because I know, especially if in any industry, if I wanted to talk industry talk about marketing and talk about all these little words that are on this thing back here, I could go into Neverland and talk about stuff that people wouldn't understand, and that doesn't do me any good. So work on explaining your business and what you do and how your business adds value to people or other businesses in ways that people can understand, and put those things together. If that's something if that's a way that the chamber can add value, or I can help you, or anybody else in here can help you, work on that. I would love to grab coffee or a Zoom meeting, whatever you feel is most comfortable. So I dropped my email in the chat. If you guys want to reach out to me or anybody else, if you have your sales pitch and you maybe aren't as comfortable as giving it to everybody through the camera, then feel free to drop some information in the chat. Like I said, if you pull up the chat, you can click the three dots and save the chat. So you can save everything that everyone said. That way you don't have to sit here and try and write every single thing down and then lose it when the meeting is over. We want to add value however we can. If anybody else has any other stories or anything that they want to share.
We have a couple chats. So Susan said, keeping with Carolyn's company theme, don't keep me a secret. Share the news of other chamber businesses and their contacts information. Also, if you have a story to share and like to write an article that would help encourage, inspire, or help, contact Anna Edmonds. She has a magazine, and I would love for you, Anna, to talk about your magazine. You've been silent this whole video chat. I'm surprised.
I wasn't silent in my groups when the
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all.
But I purposely stay quiet during these big meetings because I think people think that I'm coming after you for advertising, which of course I always want. For those of you who aren't familiar, the magazine focuses on women entrepreneurs and small business owners in the Columbia metropolitan area. The goal is to grow their businesses healthily. And we support them in any way we can. I mean, we love men too, but we focus on women. And the conversation that came up is we're always looking for contributing writers. Heather has written for the magazine. I know we're waiting for the chamber and they're in a tough spot. We talked about that, and Audra, I'll call you later. But all of you have expertise in your area of business, or just as a business owner, you have things that you can say to the business community. We even welcome personal essays. So if you're not familiar with the F-Suite magazine, I encourage you to either go to our Facebook page, to our website, thefsuite.com. There's a page there that encourages, if you want information on how to be a contributing writer. We're always looking for content, and suddenly you're a published writer. So that looks really good on your resume. So I'm at Anna@thefsuite.com. I think it's in the chat there somewhere. If not, I'll throw it out there again. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks.
Yeah, it's a great magazine. She puts them in all the little boutiques and restaurants all over the place in the Northeast, downtown, Rosewood, and they fly off the shelves, at least definitely before COVID. And I'm sure when we get more print magazines out there, they're actually really, really great. I encourage everybody to pick one up.
Well, I would like to say that the new one, this just came out, literally hot off the press, and there's extremely pertinent information. This is our stress relief issue, and that was scheduled way back in January before any of us heard of COVID. So this is an extremely relevant issue this time. Lots of good articles in there to talk about all the stress that we're under.
Cool. Anyone else, or I'll start calling on people? You don't want that.
Well, the other thing I would like to mention is in our group, we had some great discussion as far as things that the chamber has done to help out. So to Maria and Ann and David, thank you so much for that. Thank you for sharing the positives about the connections that you make. And hopefully we will continue to make more, even though we are on Zoom calls. I love this chat group. So thank you, Audra, for giving me the intro to Anna's magazine. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
So and thank you all for bearing with us and continuing to do great works in the community, because these are challenging times. And so we are all learning, and we talked in our little group about taking the lessons from the Army. We're going to be resilient, and we're going to be relevant, and we're going to, as Carl likes to say, we're going to continue to pivot so that we bring our businesses back safely, our schools back safely, and we build our community. So on the one hand, it's challenging times. On the other hand, it's really extremely exciting to see how are we going to come out of this, and what new things are we going to be doing, and how are we going to be more efficient and more effective in running our businesses. So I think it's kind of exciting. So even though we're not going to have Miss Martha there leading the way, we're going to have Maria, and Martha's going to be, as Maria says, our best volunteer ever.
Yes.
Yes. So thank you all for everything that you do.
Great. Awesome.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate you. Appreciate you, Miss Martha. Is this your last breakout session with us?
Yeah.
We appreciate everything that you have done and all the resources that you have extended to us. For those of you that don't know, Miss Martha works for R2I2, or works for Richland 2 at R2I2, facilitates a lot of the stuff that we have with the Northeast Connection, and she has been a great asset to us. So you will definitely be missed, and we'll make sure that we welcome Miss Maria with open arms.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. You're going to love Maria. She's going to be great.
Absolutely, we do. And that's a great segue too, Jared, for on July the 7th at 8 o'clock, we're going to do our issues forum with Zoom. And the one and only Dr. Baron Davis is going to be one of our guest speakers. So we're going to talk about how are we going to safely bring our children back to school, There's discussion about how do you evaluate your teacher's performance over the last few years. So a lot of great discussion will take place. We've also invited Dr. Witherspoon and Dr. Price from Lexington. So that should be a good one. Mark your calendars. We will get an early jump on starting the school year off right. And Martha, you're always welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Always, always in our hearts.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, it is my time to take my screenshot. So if everybody wants to smile for the camera, or at least not get caught off guard. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Well, look for my post later today on LinkedIn. I hope to connect with you all. I've dropped my email, my contact information in the chat. If I can help you guys in any way, if the chamber can help, if we can help at all, please let us know. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay connected. Let's build relationships, and I hope to see you guys in August.
One more thing. So there's some really great information in this chat. You can press the 3 little dots on it, and you can save it. That way you don't have to frantically write things down. It should help you. My email and everybody else's who put their email in there will be saved. Yeah, great.
Hey, Audra, when you save yours, send it to me.
Okay, I'll
know
try.
how technically
I don't know how to do
challenged
that. I just know how to click the dots.
It should show up in like your downloads or your Finder, depending on what type of computer you
Yeah.
have.
Okay.
You should be able to find it there, and I think it has.
Cool.
Let's see what that way everybody just knows what it looks like. Yeah, it'll show up in your downloads or in the Finder, depending on if you have a Mac or a Windows computer, and it just says chat from the Zoom chat.
Okay, y'all remember to plug in hot deals.
Yep, plug in your hot deals. I hope y'all have a great rest of your week. Have a great month of July. We'll see you in August.
All right, thanks everyone. Take care. Be safe.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Martha. Move. Bye, Mark.